And we are live. Welcome to episode 23, which is the first episode in 2023.
Let's go. Let's go. You kind of took like my thunder of like the welcome back. You kind of took my welcome. That's like my opening statement. So that's upsetting.
The big issue with that was your big opening back in 2022. But new year, new podcast, new branding and new socials. Shit's about to change, man. So
Shit's changing.
So soon you might not even have a job.
Dude, soon I'm gonna be the guest, huh?
Yeah.
Is you just gonna solo host?
But kind of like y'all can tell that this is the first episode of 2023. So we decided we'd like to kind of do a reflections episode on everything we've done this past year, which is like 22 weeks of 22 episodes.
Yeah.
Which is a long time. Never did I think we'd like keep this going as long as we did, especially with the crazy ass year Tyler did have.
Yeah, I was about to say, and shout out to you for soloing it for like 3 weeks while I was gone. So I got to have a break, but Mitch didn't. So shout out to Mitch for holding down the fort, and especially during Halloween. You know, Halloween's busy. So shout out
during episode 562, when I finally get married, like by then I'll be able to take a couple weeks
and by
off,
then
but
Dave will be really old and just like shitting on the floor everywhere because he's old.
Dave does that even now. Like Dave's taking some hardcore greasy liquid shits on my carpet, and it sucks. Not a big fan of that, but you and know how dogs are. But anyways, we should get into it. The first topic of the episode was, who was your favorite guest of the 2022 pod?
So for my favorite guest, I want to say it's kind of like a really close tie. I think that our recent episode with Cash was up there in like my top 3 favorite. I think Cash was like a really good guest just because he was like really fun and entertaining to talk to. So I really enjoyed that one. I think like a really big throwback though, which might be like a out of left field kind of shocker. I think one of my favorite episodes, or one of my favorite guests also, was Connoisseur as well. I thought his episode was super funny. I thought he had some great stories. And it was like was he our very first guest? I think he was very first guest, so it means a lot to me. You know, it holds a valuable place in my heart that he took the time to hop on.
That was like such a weird episode because that was like our training wheels episode where we were like, we have no idea how to do this. Like maybe we just like bring him on and talk about anything and everything, and like we've never become very professional,
right?
Which is fine, and because I feel
because we're
like
DJs.
every podcast on Cardano is like, we are the professional podcast. But that episode was very, very intriguing, and that was also like back when every episode we are like, how can we ask another crazy question, which we've kind of slowed down on, and we've like just gotten to know people's lives. But maybe we bring that back. Maybe we don't, because it also got us a bit of controversies. But
exactly.
Dude, I'm a big fan of these like combo episodes where we get like this person on, then we get that person on, and then we talk to both of them. So maybe the Max Jub episode in my eyes was super fun because it was getting like multiple people's experiences, but like for a podcast being fun and all, my favorite episode was most likely the Halloween episode with Fettuccine, because it was just me and Fett like shooting the shit, talking about the dumbest shit out there. Yeah. And it's just like bouncing back and forth and being like, how did we get here? Where do we go from here? Because I have no idea.
So
No fucking
you're taking
clue.
Fett as your top guess.
Dude, also he's just so fucking handsome. He's just a beautiful guy.
He's not lying.
Should we also tacked on who is our hottest guest so far?
I'm going with Stash every time.
Stash?
Yeah, it's the beard.
You. So is that the way you like your men though?
I mean, either that. I'm going with either Stash or Fairy Godmother. So that's like
Oh,
my kind of my too.
that
Hey, there it is.
we
That was such a
one
good episode.
one of our next like topics is like what's been the craziest podcast, and dude, honestly, the fairies were so hard to contain in a single podcast. It's like here, because both of them are like super ADHD. So it's like, how do we keep up? How do we keep up with these fools?
I agree.
But
I agree. That was like a wild episode, and it was like early morning for them, and it was like 7 p.m. for us. So me and you were just like chilling, and they were like drinking coffee, like ready to work the day. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm so tired.
That was also like episode 5. So we're learning how to kind of like veer the
Conversation.
passengers, the conversations to something that made sense where we could go from there. But that was freaking insane. Like talking to them about weed, and like me like trying to open the conversation and be like, "Oh, it's a gateway drug," and they're like, "You freaking moron."
And Fairy Godmother was yelling about vaping and how you, like it'll kill you. What a good! I think that like that was by far, in my memory, because I forget a bunch of stuff, by far like the most hectic episode, as far as like it was just it felt like it was really, it felt like if you've ever driven a car where the power steering went out and you have to like use all your force to like correct it to get back to where you're going, like that's what that one felt like.
Because of that podcast, it ended up making me so much more excited to meet them, but also like so much more terrified, because it's like that was a chaotic fucking episode. But like meeting them, it's like, oh, they're normal people, but with just a bit more energy, like me. So I'm made for a cool deal.
I would say that was like the most hectic episode, but if we're going like if we move on to like our favorite bit or like the funniest moment in any episode, I don't want to keep picking like a couple, but there's so many good ones. So I'm going to say like my top 3 funniest moments. First, it has to be probably the bit where you're telling me and Crom about how you held up your classmates in the bank robbery. I was crying, laughing like tears. It was so fucking funny. I laughed at that for so long, and I literally referenced that, and I think like every episode, like it's so funny. That was just like one of those genuinely like funny moments, laughing at a story, and I thought it was so funny. Another one I will have to always remember is Bruce trying to figure out how to like join the call, and it kept fucking up, and then he ended up getting on his phone, and it was just like a vertical camera angle the whole time, where you just saw him like, wait, how do I tilt this? Like this, like the other way, like this. It was just like Bruce talking like this the whole time. You could just
but what it was like we got rid of his forehead, and we had his face in it, because I'm like, I need to crop it to where it makes sense, and it's like didn't make sense before, so I'm like, what the fuck? But that's what you get when you put these normal people into like these situations where they talk to people, and then fucking oddballs like Bruce, God bless you. If you see this, we love you, but goddamn, man.
and then you have like I would say probably to top it all off, one of my favorite bits was the the CNFT Hunger Games bit with Viva and Fart. That was like
Yeah.
one of my favorite bits. It was one of the bits that I actually like took a lot of time and effort in thinking through the topic, and
Yeah.
it wasn't just like sitting here at my desk like, what could we talk about? Here's a good one, and just like pick something
Yeah.
random. I really thought that one was hilarious.
Going back to talking about the Viva Fart episode, the relationship episodes have always been so much fun. Like
Yeah.
Viva Fart, Malibu Ada Girl, because usually in most relationships it's like, this is my passion, you have your passion. So like with Toilet and it's Tawny, you can very much tell that Cardano is Tyler's passion.
Yeah.
Right? Like Tawny's like, you make us some money, sweetie.
Yeah,
You-
even though all my bags are in the red, it is what it is.
Yeah,
They'll
but
pump
but
eventually.
but meanwhile, you get somebody like Fart or Ada Girl to come on and be like, this is something we do, but also our partners also do it. That blows my mind, and like, because of people like them, it's like, maybe I need a girlfriend. See what I did there?
Yeah, and I think it's also too. Yeah, you get like two unique perspectives from like the same kind of like context because we all like operate in the same like ecosystem, but from like different perspectives. So it is kind of interesting from like a relationship point of view. I definitely agree. But Mitch, what was some of your favorite like bits or funny like moments? I was like scrolling up on our doc with all of like our episodes, like looking through like what we talked about with different people to see like if it would just, because some stuff I just forget that was like super funny and I just totally forgot about it.
Bro, the fucking Fed episode, you weren't there, but that was like such a weird fucking episode. Like, I might need to go up on the Google Doc to episode 13. But like, talking to Emma about the Ghost Wars and being like, how the fuck did we get here? Where you like mint angel babies and did they fight for you? It's like, what the fuck is going on? But so another episode of when Tyler was gone was the board Claude episode, where Claude like showed us his like 9-pack or 8-pack, and both fucking Liam and I were like, God damn, dude, boys packing them. Because as people know, all you see is a monkey mask. So then he like shows you do his monkey abs, and it's fucking insane. Which other episodes? Like I said, the fettuccine episode was fun. The time we talked to Max about the type of animals we could.
Oh my god, I forgot. That literally is funny, the funniest shit ever, and I forgot about. That's what I'm saying. Like, we talk about so much like random shit that there's some stuff that I like is so funny and memorable, and then I forget it the next week because something else crazy we talk about, and I'm like, damn, that was like so funny. I was gonna even mention like it's so interesting the differences between the guests that we have on, because like you have people that are like wild or like that talk like a mile a minute and they're talking all over the place and they're super funny, and then there's like Max who's like really funny but like super like thoughtful and everything that he says. He'll be like, actually I don't eat sugar. I'm like, what the fuck are you even talking about, dude? He's like, I don't eat that.
Yeah.
Like, all right, whatever.
Which I feel like that's something I'm good at like picking up on. So if I like see them and being all like introverted and shit, then I'll kind of abuse that and be the crazy person. But say we bring on a crazy person like Viva, like Stevie, we kind of just let them go in, fucking like lead the show, and it's fine.
Dude, Viva in his episode was talking about how he led like a pack of stray dogs like blackout drunk in Mexico, and I was like, dude,
which was not even a topic during that fucking episode.
He just was like, I'm gonna just bring it up while we're talking about whatever we were talking about.
You guys need to know about the time I became a Wolfgang leader and led my pack on all fours too. Yeah, so weird, but like I've got a bias towards MaxiPad, so
Jesus. Yeah, I
so
do. I have a bias towards Max and Jub. I'm welcoming them always onto the pod.
yeah,
They're always fun to talk to. They're like the go-to guests, you know?
yeah. But we need to bring back more people because we've brought back Sash, we've brought back Max, brought back Jeb. We should
We need
bring
to get
back
the
Fard and
fairies.
Viva.
Yeah, and the
Fairies,
fairies. That would be
yeah,
fun. That would be fun.
fairies.
We need to do like a mashup episode, and this is something that like I've been thinking about doing. We need to do like a mashup episode where we pull say like we pull from the grouping, like we pull like Malibu, and then like fairy godmother, and like do like a mashup episode where we normally have people in groups of two,
Yeah,
or like Viva and like Max, or like, you know, where we normally have people in like
yeah,
by themselves or a group of two, but we just mix two like completely different personalities or two completely different people, and
yeah,
like see how the conversation would go. And I think that would be like even funnier and even more
yeah.
like entertaining, because it's just such like a wild mixture of
The
people.
the hardest part with any of this is the fucking planning, though. Like, there's been some weeks where Tyler and I are like, we've got a guest, they'll be here, and then we like check the time, and like both Tyler and I need to record at fucking 2 a.m. And I'm like,
Yeah, that's been the
you
bane of
better
my
be there. You better
Yeah.
be there, Tyler.
Dude, time zones are a scam too. Like, why do they even exist? Whatever. But
See,
Mitch,
this
if
is
you
this
go
is
ahead.
why the world needs to revolve around the U.S. of A.
I mean, it kind of does, but I mean, in other ways. But Mitch, if you could pick like two solo guests, or you know, two guests that were in like a grouping, but put them like do like a mashup episode, like I said, and kind of put like a oddball group together,
Yeah.
who would you pick? I think I would pick I don't know. I feel like Viva and I think like Viva and Cash would be like super funny, or even like Fett
Yeah.
and Cash. I feel like anybody like in that. I feel like that the three of them are like interchangeable, where it would be like such like a lively, like hilarious episode.
Yeah. Who's been our like shyest guest?
Um, I don't know. Maybe Hemi
Hemi.
and why am I like blanking on people's names? We had why am I like forgetting what I'm trying to say? Hold on, let me scroll up.
Dude, this is your job.
I know, but I would say Hemi. Maybe Hemi was probably like the most shy.
So maybe like Hemi, and who's been our craziest?
Um, Definitely Fairy Godmother. I think she takes the
Yeah.
cake for like the most like lively energy, and like
So
just super loud.
we could either get that, or get the two most extroverted people on, and then both Tyler and I just lean back and don't talk for 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be funny. I just think it would be fun to like pick any sort of like mashup from like the 2022 cast per se, and then pull them on
Yeah.
for like a 2023 episode. I think that would be really fun. And I also want to host. I don't even know how many people can sit in like a Riverside episode. How many people? Is there like a cap on how many people we can record with?
Uh, the
Isn't it like
the
five?
big issue with that is then we've got to put them all on.
No, I know, but I want to do like a almost like a round table with like us two and then like four other people, and only do like 5 topics. But because there's so many people, everyone gets to like go around and say some like crazy shit, and I think that would be really fun too.
Yeah.
Just for like short topics, but like more people on.
Episode 50, then. Deal?
Episode 50, the round table episode. I'm down with
Yeah.
that.
We bring on all our favorite guests, man. It'll be lit.
That would be super funny though. Like me and you
Yeah.
trying to like steer a conversation while there's eight people sitting on the screen. Everyone's like yelling
See,
and shit.
but that's the big issue with like Twitter Spaces, and because it's like 10 people trying to talk, and it's
But
like,
Twitter Spaces has the mute. See, that's the thing about Twitter Spaces. It has like the mute all button. So whoever's hosting, if shit gets like super rowdy, they can just mute everybody really fast and like be like, okay, you have to like do the little hand raise to like speak. Like I'm not
Yeah.
letting you talk, which I think like that's probably like the best thing to do is just like have a mute button so you can mute everybody in a situation like that.
We can kind of like think on it, dude. So let's move on to what is a guest you'd like to have on?
A guest that I would like to have on in 23. I think I would definitely like to have on maybe like John from Ada Ghost, John Rivera.
Yeah.
I think he's super like entertaining. I listen to him in Spaces a lot. I think he's really cool.
So I met him at CNFTCon, and he's a very, very mindful person.
Yeah.
Like not super extroverted. So that would be a cool like duo episode where we get like him, and then we get somebody fucking. Then we bring on Fairy Godmother.
Yeah, no, I think John would be.
Him.
I think John would be cool. Who else do I think would be cool that we haven't had on? I feel like we kind of like ran through the gauntlet of like all of our homies.
I mean, not really because
not really. Yeah, like we have a lot of homies that I haven't been on, but
that is something I'd like to do is like touch more towards like other podcasts, like the Freedom 35ers, and even though they're much bigger than we are, they're doing something completely different. Then what's that big like Twitter space with like Tal and them?
Oh, the NFA crew. The NFA crew would be fun. Like Chronic and Chrissy. Chronic and Chrissy would be a fun like couples episode. And then there's like Goose and Tal. I think you're right. I didn't even think about the NFA crew. I think they would all be like super fun to have on. But there's 8 of them, so we might have to dice it up a little bit.
Yeah. We can do it like we did with the wildcards, where we said, hey, we'll have you and you and you, but you guys can come on next episode.
Yeah.
But
I like
that'd be fun. But my numero 1 has to be my favorite girl in all of Cardano.
Laura.
No.
Huh?
We are talking about Elsa Jean.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Laura. Shout out Laura. Sorry, Laura.
Who's Laura?
I still want to have you on, Laura.
No. Dude, I'd rather have Elsa Jean on.
She's pretty popular on the blockchain.
She's very popular, and maybe if we get in contact with her, maybe she'll see my resume. She'll be like, damn, he's talked to Fettuccine. Maybe I head down to Dallas. Maybe we meet up, fall in love. Because Elsa, girl, I have been in love with you since I was 13 years old.
Clip it.
So, never know. You come on and we fall in love. Then we get married by episode 523.
Okay,
Sounds like a love.
Okay, Mitch might be excited to have Elsa Jean on. I think Laura would be a great guest, and I hope that we can get her on soon, because I think that would be really fun. Who also...
You just, like, exposed our next guest, man.
Oh, well, hey, if you're listening, this is the alpha. You know what I mean? Like, this is the 2023 alpha. Hopefully we get Laura on for next episode. Laura, who also happens to be... a great member of the Stutterboy /NF. Wait, I just fucked up the Twitch plug so bad, dude. I just
try it again, and I'll like go.
We're gonna say twitch.tv / StutterboyCNFT.
Twitch.tv /
It's /
Stutterboy CNFT. So close.
There you go.
Yet so wrong at the same time, man. But
hey, we tried. There's also I can't think.
You were a bad Stutterboy shield up.
There was one other person I was thinking about, like, that would be fun on the pod, and now I can't think of who it is, and it's making me mad. Oh well, I'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah,
once I think of it, I'll tell you.
We don't need anybody else on. The community keeps shrinking, and like we are running out of people.
Eventually, it's just going to be the same like 50 people. We're all like, "Hey, good morning."
So if you are a remaining person in Cardano, please come on. We need you.
Hey, no, but I think Cardano is gonna have like a good year in 2023. I was on a space yesterday, and somebody popped up on to like the speaker panel to like chat with everybody, and he said that he was actually from Algorand, and he's just like noticed like the Cardano growth over the past couple months, like how our community like holds strong. You know what I mean? Not like growth as in like community members, but you know how like we just stick it
How
out. And
we haven't diminished quite yet.
how we haven't evaporated basically. So he said that like he just wanted to hop on, like learn some more about Cardano. So I think there's like people out there that you can kind of pluck up and move over to us, but it's a slow burn. It takes a while.
Should we invite Wab on?
Yeah, Wab and Farmer Nash would be fire.
Farmer Nash
would be good.
Much easier.
I think it would be great because Farmer Nash is like a gaming nerd and building a gaming project, and we both love video games, and I think that we could like, bond over that and have like a good conversation about like gaming and gaming in the CNFT space. So I think that would be like a super fun conversation.
This is why I'm so happy we've like met such big names in Cardano and we've brought them on, and then we've talked to them about the projects, and like we kind of became their equal.
Yeah.
Where I feel like being in Cardano, there's a fucking hierarchy that everybody knows. That is only a hierarchy because people let it be a hierarchy. Like if you make a podcast, do a episode for 20 weeks in a row, you can get somebody like Cash on. If you do a podcast where you do 15 episodes that Fettuccine loves, you can get Fettuccine on. You can get fucking anybody on if you grind it out.
Yeah, and that's I think that goes to show like if you just like stick your neck out and like really do like try to put forward some effort, that like especially right now like the community is so small that like everyone's pretty much going to notice if you're around for more than like 2 days. You know what I mean? Like most names, like I know, like even if I've never spoken to people, like I'll see someone like a tweet or like send out a tweet, and I'm like, oh, I know that person because I've like seen them around for like a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they've been around, so like I would pick up on their name or their, especially like their PFP. Like I'll pick up on it as soon as I see it. I'm like, I know who that is. So I agree. I think it's all about just like sticking it out and hanging out and wag me, we like to say that we're wag meing into 2023 as well.
Yep. And also, you can disappear off of Twitter for 2 months and then come back and say good morning, who missed me, and get fucking 600 likes.
There you go.
Crazy.
There you go. I mean, some people are just famous like that. Shout out Starboy.
Don't know how I did it. It's because I drank a beer out of a shoe after getting too
and everyone
high
memed
and
you.
losing my wallet
separately from losing your fanny pack.
Yeah, Vegas was a good time.
I'm excited for Vegas this year. I think it'll be really fun.
That was the highlight of my year. Like talking to people for 7 months and then meeting them and being like, holy shit, these are human beings that actually exist that talk about NFTs and shit. So super
that's
fucking
fire.
weird.
But Mitch, what was like the most, speaking of like the pod and being in Cardano, what was the most awkward moment in any podcast thus far? I'm putting you in the hot seat.
Dude, I thrive in the hot seat.
Mitch loves a good controversy. He always makes fun of me for being
cold, and
Mitch
I'm
always
ready
makes fun
to
of
get
me
hot.
for being. He always makes fun of me being involved in all the Twitter drama, but Mitch secretly like loves being involved.
Dude, I just love being the center of attention. So if somebody's like, yo, dude, you fucked up, then everybody else is either like, dude, you fucked up, or damn, dude, he was so wrong to say that about you. And honestly, this is why I do Twitch. It's because I love attention. So the more controversies we get, the more attention we get. So we kind of beat that shit up. But I feel like my my most awkward moment. There's two of them. During the Icky Guy episode, it was like directly after Mint, and we were supposed to have both Peppers and Maria come on, but there were a couple people going in and like butting Peppers, so like Pep Peppers was all sad and shit. So he's like, maybe I sit out this episode. I don't want to be a moping sad boy. So I'm like, dude, I get it. So we bring Maria on, and we are like talking about the project and all, and like she is also very very shy and very to herself. And then you put on top of that like lack of sleep. So we talked about like all 25 of our topics in like 30 minutes, and we were like, where do we go from here? So I just kept on like spitballing questions and like talking about her life because she moved, she got married, she got divorced. It's like let's like keep this going. So that was kind of awkward, but I mean I thrive in awkward situations. The next one was our biggest drama, and it was before CNFTCon. We brought on our boy Stevie Crypto, from the
Shout out
Wild Cards
Stevie.
podcast. Shout out the boy.
Dude, they've been killing the
man.
spaces lately. Their end of the year space on like December 30th, like 2 days before New Year.
Yeah.
They had everybody on there. I'm pretty sure they had like Wild Tanks, Dead Rabbits, Surge from Ugly Bros. Like, dude, they had people from every project on there, like just drinking and having a good time. Like they've really they've grown their space so much. They're killing it.
That's something I miss. Something I miss about like taking days off and shit, because now I don't have any nights off because I stream and because I'm trying to.
You miss all the good spaces.
Yeah, like the other day, Stevie was like, "Dude, we miss you, man," and I'm like, "Dude, I'm gonna be honest, I miss y'all too, but." There's not enough time in the fucking day. So, and next time they do something big, I might drop by because it makes me sad. Makes me so sad. But during that episode, we talked about sus behavior, like things we've done, whether that be cuddling with the homies, maybe a homie makeout session, maybe a homie gawk.
Okay, I don't know if we talked about those.
Well, it's been a crazy year. But during that episode, like we talked about like things we've done that people might see and be like, "Damn, that's kind of gay," which there's no negative connotation with being gay. It's just like we are three guys, two of them are married, one of them likes girls a ton. Not sure if y'all could tell, but because of that, we kind of caused a civil war between the wild cards. When I joined in and we were talking about it, and Baba Booey's like, "Damn, dude, you're kind of a bad person for saying that," and then like keep in mind, and Baba Booey had a couple of drinks, so he's like, this, why the fuck would you say that? And then the wild cards kept on like muting him, so it wasn't a civil war, but it's one of those things where a single farmer gets mad and he like burns down somebody's field and is like, "Err." But
yeah,
yeah,
so you'd say that was the most awkward moment of the
Oh my god, I loved it though. Like my blood was
attention.
boiling. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah. I would say
this is good. This is good for my ego, because people were popping in saying, "Dude, he shouldn't have done that. That was fucked up. Why do you do that? How dare he say those mean things about you? Call you homophobic," which was the big thing. Like,
Yeah.
you can say, dude, that's fucked up. You can say, oh my god, dude, why'd you say that? But don't call somebody homophobic for
Yeah.
for talking about things that make you uncomfortable. And then after that, people were making jokes, being like, maybe Baba Booey's uncomfortable with what's going on inside his own head. But it's like, nah. But Baba Booey's a pimp. He's Aomi. So
Yeah, he's the homie for sure. I think my awkwardest moment of all of our episodes is like more of a funny one and not like a super like dramatic one. When we had the Shoey boys on, when we had Heaps and why am I blanking on names? I'm doing so bad
Larry.
with names today. Larry.
Larry.
When we had Heaps and Larry on, Mitch's internet had been shitting the bed all week, so we were like, it was almost going to be like where Mitch was just going to run this stream, but like he was just going to like turn his camera off, and I was just going to like run it myself. But I was like, no, like stay on, it'll be fine. So for the first 10 minutes, Mitch's internet was like freezing every like other minute, so his camera would freeze and you couldn't hear him. And during that time, Heaps like he fucked up his microphone or something, and me and Larry and no one could hear him either. Like, so he like walked away from his desk, and me and Larry were just sitting there trying to have like a one-on-one conversation. While on the other frame of the streaming software, I can see Mitch like frozen in space, and then Heaps is just walking away like he's gone. And that's when you had your Ori tight hoodie on, the big yellow hoodie with the strings tied, and that was like super awkward. Like it was really hard to like have a one-on-one conversation knowing the other two of you were right there. You just like couldn't speak. So, and it was just awkward too. Like you would freeze like in mid-sentence, and we would all just try to like carry on like nothing happened. Like you would talk, and we'd be like, all right, anyway. So going back to what we were talking about, they were champs. They were champs for putting up with that.
There were times in that where like I had this like monologue where I'm like, beep-boop bop, beep-boop bop, we've got to hold tight, we've got to work hard. Then I'd be like, and the meaning of life is too. And then I'd just fucking lose it, and everybody else was like, what's the meaning of life, Stutter? Tell us, please, we need to know.
That was like super awkward, but super funny. It was like a funny, awkward moment. So that's what I thought of when we were talking about awkward.
That's kind of the humor we should go for more and more in 2023. Is that type of like, this is awkward, but it's fucking
but not with your internet shitting. Like, let's keep your internet. No. Let's keep the internet good.
And that whole thing was like just me having super outdated drivers from 2015.
I know you were like buying new routers and getting like extension things for your computer, all kinds of crazy shit, and it was just like you just had to run an update.
Yeah, it just had to update Windows 64 from Windows 2 to Windows 10. So.
Jesus, you had the old Windows.
But then I feel like a couple of weeks ago you had some baddie controversy too, man.
What was my controversy? What did I do?
Dude, you have the worst planning of anybody I've ever met.
What'd I do?
So remember when we had buttons on? And this was after the con.
Oh yeah. So we had a bit.
Your racial timing is terrible, man.
That's not even true. We had a bit that was awkward because I was playing off this bit of like, if you could wipe any group of people off the earth, who would it be? But it's like people who drive lifted trucks, or people who slam weights at the gym, or people who stand too close to you in the grocery line. It was supposed to be something like that, of just like annoying pet peeves where you're like, fuck these people, like leave me alone. But it came out right out. It was literally like 2 days after the whole Kanye spiel. It was really bad timing to ask who would you want to wipe off the face of the earth, and I felt really awkward. Yeah. And me and Mitch were like, maybe that was like a really poorly led topic, because it was, you could tell it was really awkward as soon as we started talking about it, and I was like,
So of course, being the podcast funny guy, I like played into that, and I'm like, it better not be the Jews button. but maybe that didn't.
Yeah, that
didn't
landed
help
flat,
out.
and just for
Yeah.
everyone to notice, to know that wasn't on purpose. I wrote up the topics ahead of schedule this time, and then that just happened to fall right after that. So
Yeah.
I just didn't even think about moving the topic around. So,
The,
that was an awkward
the,
moment. I will agree on that one.
Oh, what are some other awkward moments we've had?
I think we kind of
Dude, I'm the king of getting in awkward situations.
It's also very awkward every time me or Stutter always fucks up the UTC time conversion, and we have to go back to that person after we're like, yeah, Wednesday at 10 UTC, and then I have to come back like the next day, like, actually that's 3 a.m. our time, so my bad, we're not doing it on that day. Can we reschedule? And poor Juan, with Juan Tello, I think I rescheduled him 4 times because I kept messing up the time conversion so poorly.
Oh my god! Remember during the Crypto Fairies episode, like they said they'd talk about anything, like anything, and then the mom made
forgot.
a anal joke. The fairy godmother made an anal joke, so I'm like, oh, y'all should have never told me you to talk about anything. So and then I got the idea of like, what is content that would go viral, and maybe it'd be content where you talk about porn with a daughter and mom, and it's like, holy shit, this is where we go mainstream, buddy, because nobody else does it. But then I like talk to them, and they're like, yeah, no, we are not doing that, and I'm like, y'all said anything.
Mitch, as soon as anyone says anything, Mitch immediately goes to what he can, like, what's the most provocative thing he can possibly talk about.
What can I say? I'm a provocative motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that.
What's that line from that ice skating movie?
What, Blades of Glory?
Yeah.
I don't know the line. I've seen the movie like
up.
Once. You have to look it up because I've seen the movie like once.
Blades of Glory, provocative quote. So it's something like they're singing a Lady Lumps, and 1 second. So Will Ferrell's singing a Lady Lumps, and then the other guy is like, I'm not skating to anything with reference to Lady Humps. I don't even know what that means. Then Will Ferrell says, no one knows what it means, but it's provocative. So that's what I thought of when they're like, oh, we'll make anal jokes, but let's not talk about anal. So it's like, damn. But anyways, let's get off of that boring ass.
Well, that's awkward. Let's get off this topic. That's awkward.
We can add that. So that was super awkward. But I feel like most of the people are just normal people. So
yeah,
it's pretty easy to just talk back and forth.
Yeah,
back and forth.
Mitch, let's move it on then. So what was the most, I love this topic, what was the most annoying part about the other hosts during all of the episodes that we've recorded? What's the most annoying thing about me since we've started recording together? What's the most annoying thing?
See, my thing is, most of my stories are very exaggerated, but that's just because I'm
you do like
I'm an entertainer.
Yeah, I think, but you do that just like in day-to-day life. Like I'll like miss your call and call you back like 3 minutes later, and you'll be like, "Why do you hate me?" Like just be bullshit.
See, but that's the definition of entertainment. You exaggerate everything to make it more entertaining, because if you don't, it's gonna be fucking boring. Like saying, "Oh, I went to get milk. I saw a lady there. She was ugly." But then you could say, oh my god. So I drove 30 minutes to the grocery store, and when I got there, I saw the ugliest lady I've ever seen. She had a big beard. She had a mustache. She had big brown eyes. The ugliest fucking bitch I've ever seen. But then Tyler
we
comes in
we
and
hear the
he's
Degen
like,
report
so
thing
I
called "Women
went
Are
to
Beautiful."
the grocery store. So I Tyler, it's not females, it's just humans.
I'm just
Right?
kidding.
Like I am mean if I see an ugly guy, then I'm gonna come on and say the same thing. This fucking ugly bastard, the ugliest guy I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But this is kind of what we're going for, where it's like entertainment. Meanwhile, you come on and you say, so one time I got drunk and I tripped down the stairs, and it's like, tell us more. Fucking exaggerate on like you put one foot in front of the other, but you did it backwards, so you fell over your feet.
Yeah.
You got a big bloody nose, and meanwhile somebody saw you and said, "Wow, that guy's a fucking loser." See, it's things like that you need to learn to lie to the audience. Maybe not lie, but it's just like kind of make some things up so it's like more entertaining.
Mitch the theater kid coming on out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you didn't answer me. What's my most annoying? What's most annoying about me?
Um. Oh,
Well, you
dude, it's a
go ahead.
Dude, it's a long list. Dude, it's a long list. Yeah. Something I do like about you is that you let me kind of like lead the rants and all. Be like, this is the first topic, second topic, third topic, but
Yeah.
we need to kind of meet in the middle there, because it's like 40-60, and let's get like 50-50
Yeah.
with like the energy and such. But I mean, you are kind of a good host, because you're my foil. You molded me into the fucking
That was sweet.
entertain. You molded me into the entertaining boy I am today.
That's funny. I think the most annoying thing about Mitch since we started recording 23 weeks ago is his perpetual tardiness to any sort of anything that we have to do. Mitch, you can count, if you say we're recording at 4 o'clock, you can count on not hitting the record button until at least 4:15, 4:20. And it's not even that Mitch is always late. We just always start late. Like, it's always like Mitch might be on time, but then we're like, oh, let's talk about this random shit, like how I got this piece of pizza and it fell on my toe, and then Dave licked my foot, and then we talk for like 20 minutes, and then I'm like, dude, we got to start recording. Mitch will be like, oh yeah, we probably should start, huh?
Dude, I need to tell you on how I got my foot fetish, man. Shit. But
so that's my one thing.
With that, the most important thing is to get to know our guests, like learn how to best conversate with them, and then we could go from there. Because we don't want to just learn the second we push record and be like, this is somebody I've never talked to ever.
Yeah.
Okay, we are getting the podcast, but if you talk to them and be like, yo, dude, how's your day been? How it's like morning over there? Then you can kind of get their personality, and like I feel I'm a bit of a psychopath there, where if I talk to somebody, I can kind of gauge how to talk to them in a way that will show the best version of them.
Yeah.
Right?
That makes sense.
So with that, maybe that is true, but I feel like that's healthy and all.
That's fair. I'm also just like a real like stickler for, like, I'm the type of person that, like, if we have like dinner plans with some homies, just like, even not even like family, like if it's just some friends, like, and we're supposed to eat, like, be there at 7, if I'm not there at like 6:45, if I'm not there like 10 minutes early or 15 minutes early, I get like really anxious. Like, I'm like the type of person, like, I have to be on time if like it's some sort of event. Now, like, for work, because I work from home, I don't give a fuck. I'm late to work all the time because I just walk up here and get on my computer late. But for like any sort of like event or like an occasion where like I feel like I need to be punctual, I'm always like super like worried about being late. So I feel like a lot of that is just me being like overly worried about being 2 minutes late to a virtual podcast.
You and I gotta be more different, man. Dude, I've gone live on Twitch every day for the past 4 months, and
You're killing it.
I mean, I'm doing okay. Need to do better in 2023. But like with that, like every day I begin like 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late every day. Where like even in my Discord now everybody says, "Oh, these streamers 10 minutes late again. How normal."
You should do like the thing that a lot of like big streamers on like YouTube and Twitch do before their stream, where like it starts at a specific time, but it's just like their logo on a screen. It's just like music playing in the background while it's like waiting for them to start. You should start doing that, where it's like you just play like some music that you like and have like the Stutter Boy Twitch stream like logo up, and then like you can just start and be like, oh shit, we're upstairs. It started at 3, and then you can be like, all right, I'm gonna go make some food. I'll be back in a minute. Like whatever.
That is like something I'm gonna begin doing, and that and more. So look forward to seeing
any alpha
content.
Any new games?
YouTube.
You've been playing on the
TikTok.
Sea of Thieves? Let's go.
Dude,
he's been setting sail, putting them in the brig.
Foil to. Did I've been plundering that booty? Plundering that booty.
Charles
in a
Hoskinson's
60-year-old
booty.
game.
Exactly.
Yeah. But like you can look forward to like funny TikToks, funny YouTube shorts, maybe Instagram shorts, things like that. But I need to fix my fucking sleep schedule. We have been saying this for 23 weeks, dude. I've been
always
saying this
telling
for
you.
60 years.
Yeah, you got to get it better.
Yeah, but with that, that's kind of the alpha, though.
That's the alpha. So you can subscribe over at twitch.tv/StutterBoysCNFT. Let's go.
And even if you don't sub, you should definitely follow, because you are supporting me. You're supporting Cardano NFTs. You are supporting the whole blockchain by supporting me. Because if I blow up over on Twitch, then so does Cardano NFTs. So
yeah, exactly.
Doesn't make sense not to, and unless you're a fucking bitch and a pussy. Only pussies don't follow Stutter Boy CNFT.
And with that, we're gonna move along to the next topic, which is who surprised you as a guest in 2022. So who is the guest that we had on that you were like, don't really know how this one's gonna go, don't know like if they'll be very entertaining or not, but you actually had like a really fun time, a really like engaging conversation with them, like on the pod?
Dude, I fucking loved Zushan. Like this is a homie I've never talked to ever, and even though we only had him for an hour and 30, and it was kind of cut off guard where we're like, now what do we do? Like, Zushan was so much fun to have on and talk to him about Ada Ninjas or Danketsu.
Yeah.
And like talk to them about all they're doing, and it's super funny that we had to stash on the next episode, because that their projects are very similar, their energy is very similar, so it made for a cool episode. Dude, it'd be fun to do a combo episode between both of them, though.
Oh, dude, yeah, that would be super fun, because they're both, like, kind of, like, nerdy in the same, like, aspects and, like, work in similar projects, so I feel like me and you would just be, like, sitting back while they just, like, talk the whole time. It'd be a snooze fest. No, I'm just kidding. It would be really fun.
for
It'd be-
for you and I.
for us. No, it would be
To be
really
fair.
fun. It'd be
Dude.
really fun.
Who else surprised me? Fettuccine did because he was a busy guy with like his project at CNFT Con. I mean, well, Tim and I talked a couple times because he loves what I'm doing over here, and I love him and the way he looks and his body.
Nice.
So that
Everything that
came
makes
over
him a good
here.
person.
Yeah, his body is Cardano NFT. His bags, that is what makes you a good person.
Right.
The Cardano NFTs you buy.
Exactly.
So
Um,
like having him on as a solo guest after like never meeting him. I mean meeting him, but like not talking too much was so much fun. Like
Yeah.
so much fun.
yeah, facts. So, yeah, Zushan was a great guest. I definitely agree. I think for me, one of like my like favorite guests that I didn't know like if it was gonna be fun or not was Cash, and I think that's because like you said, Cash is like really busy, so it's like really hard to like nail down a time for getting him on, and then also Cash runs like a service company for Cardano, like with minting and a bunch of other services. He has his own Cardano NFT project, so I'm like, I don't know if he's gonna be like super nerdy or like really
Yeah.
funny, or like I've heard him talking like, or like obviously I interact with him in Twitter and stuff all the time, so like he always seems funny, but I was like, I don't know if he's like actually like that or if he's just like that on like Twitter. So having him on was actually when he turned on his camera and had the big fucking hat on, I was like, dude, this is about to be a fucking clown show. Like this is about to be
Yeah.
so funny.
Which-
and he wore
which
it
is
the
good.
whole time, which was
Yeah.
insane that he kept that big ass bobblehead on the whole episode.
Which blows my mind because for the podcast he's like maybe like 10 minutes in it, and I'm like, your head's gonna be bleeding after like 10 minutes, but he kept it on for 2 hours. So
Yeah. So I think that
Fucking
he was
insane.
like a super fun guest to have on.
yeah, same man.
And then who else? I think I would say he was probably like I was most surprised by him.
With the Cardano influencers we bring on, you can kind of tell which ones are gonna be exciting, gonna be engaging. Like I feel like with Cash and Fettuccine, there's kind of a reason how they got to where they are, and it's because that they did grind, and they also have the personalities where you can talk to them and them be able to talk back, but then we'll bring on a mod for like some certain project and it'll be like they're very shy. We'll bring on Max. He'll be very shy,
Max is a
which I
sweetheart.
mean is fine. We love shy boys, but like you can kind of tell who's going to be a more extroverted on these pods.
Yeah,
And
I think Cash just surprised me because he was like, oh, I didn't really know like if he was gonna be like super nerd, super funny, like I didn't know, but I think that was a really good pod.
then I feel like we should also talk about like the guest co-host we brought on during the aborted Claude episode.
Yeah, you can talk about that. I wasn't here, so I feel like you have more experience. Now I just watched the episode.
Yeah, but we brought on Liam or LJC to which Liam's a young artist, and no, he's an old artist, but
He's a very like he's
new into
he's a small like indie artist on Cardano,
Yeah.
so definitely check him out.
Yep. So we brought him on with Aborted Collide, and this was right after the Queen of England died, and that was a British episode where we had talked about all things Britain and shit like that, and like Collide was a great guest also.
Yeah.
Like I feel like most of that episode was the British boys talking about England and football, but that was also a good guest episode. because I like the shit Claude does is hilarious, but it's like we never talked, never did
Yeah.
any of that. But
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Liam for holding down the fort.
then we could also toss to Stevie into that, where like he was the guest, but also the co-host, because he
Yeah.
was asking us questions and shit. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that was
that was
fun.
fun.
That was fun to have someone else who also makes like not a podcast but like a space like like creative content
Yeah.
on Cardano. I think that was like also like a super unique and fun experience because he does like make that type of content all the time. So it was like he was asking us questions. We would be like, "What about this?" He'd be like, "Well, what do you think about it?" And I'm like, well, "Damn, bro, I was asking you first." Like, Jesus Christ.
This is our fucking podcast, bitch.
Yeah, yeah. So I
But
think that was super
with-
awesome.
Yeah, like even bringing Hemi and Heka on, you could kind of tell that the big man in charge of wild cards is very obviously Stevie.
Yeah, he's definitely the loudest.
Yeah, which is fun. We need to have him on again, dude. I am
Yeah.
talking to him.
Yeah, we'll plan something out to get them back on.
Totally, man. Totally. Let's move on to the next topic, which is moving away from Cardano, because Cardano's boring and it's going to 0. But how did 2022 mold you as a person, Tyler?
2022 has been like the busiest and most like hectic year, but like the best year of my life, right? So I got married, obviously, so that was like the cake on it all, the best time of my life. But also like with that, like this past year in 2022, I moved. I moved houses. We got like a house together, and then I changed the month after we moved. I changed roles in my company, so I had to do a completely different job. And then 6 months after that, we got married, and then like it's been like holidays and like everything going on. So it's definitely been like a hectic year, but also like such a really like good year. And then especially like just being in Cardano on top of it all, it's been like a good like outlet for me to be a part of like a good community and meet so many other new people. So I would definitely say like in a way 2022 has been like really rewarding, and like it's been like a weird like roller coaster of emotions because it's been like really tiring and exhausting, and some days I'm like, dude, I don't even want to like look at my phone, like I'm tired of doing all of this bullshit. But then like at the end of the day, like if I like stay off my phone and like NFTs and just like sit here and play video games for a while, I'm like, damn, I kind of like feel like lonely, like I feel like bored, like let me hop back on and like say what's up to everybody. So yeah, I think that overall like 2022 is definitely like helped me kind of like expand out of like my bubble a little bit and be more creative. So I'm definitely thankful for that, and excited to see what 2023 holds. For sure.
Tyler, were you lonely back in 2021?
I don't even think that I'm lonely. It's just like with like since like COVID and everything for like from 2020 to like 2022, it was just like a lot of like adjustments. So because I finished my last semester of university in 2020, which was when like school got closed for COVID. So like I finished that at home, and then I like immediately went from doing that to working my job at home, and like everything was closed, so it was just at home all the time. And then I kind of got like into this routine of like enjoying just being like locked away by myself because like it's what I was so like I got so used to doing it. So it's been like a good way of me like not being. I mean, I'm normally like a pretty introverted person in general, but like I think the pandemic made that way worse. So I think it's been really nice to like still be at home, but also feel like I'm having like a lot of human interaction at the same time. So it's been like a good hybrid. Like, I mean, and also too, like, like I'm also a fan of like going to the bar with the homies and stuff. But after I do that, like,
we know that.
But I think it's been a good like hybrid mix of me where I get to stay at home, but I also get to interact with people. So I really enjoy that.
Dude, it's 2020, 2021 was fucking terrible because that was a whole like 2 years of like me discovering who I am, like even more so who I'm not. Like 2022 has been so nice to me, where like the big question is how did 2022 mold you as a person? 2022 brought me away from being a baby, where I'm like, dude, I need to find somebody. I need to do a job for 50 years, and then maybe someday I'll be happy. To like putting myself first, where now I'm like, say I'm not happy now, then I'll never be happy. So the beginning of that was, yes, back in October of last year, October of 2 years ago, I was very, very lonely. Founded this community, bought way too many NFTs, found my way into this way of life, kind of grew myself in here, got that community I had always needed. But
Yeah.
then I went and worked in NFTs, and I'm like, oh my god, this is terrible. Like, this
Yeah.
is not what I'd like. But I always loved entertaining people, and even as a mod, like even before I was a mod, I'd like making people laugh, and that kind of told me maybe you should find a way to work in NFTs, but entertain people in NFTs.
Right.
So
Right.
that's kind
And
of
then
where I'm at now, and
yeah.
I mean it's so much fucking fun.
Yeah, yeah. I was in a space yesterday with Gully, and we were talking about that with also who else was there? Lua from Ikagai, however you say it. I always butcher that project's name every time.
Well
Um,
said.
yeah, Lua from their community manager was in there too. We were all like shooting the shit, and we were talking about like how important it is to like if you want to be involved like personally in like the crypto space, especially like in the NFT space, to like find like your niche and not really like force something that like doesn't really blend
Yeah,
well or like mesh well with the person that you already are, right? Because like
yeah,
we were talking about how like it's really obvious when people are trying to like push really hard or do something that's not like really conducive with their personality because
yeah,
it comes off as really like forced and like abrasive, like it just doesn't seem right based on the type of person that they are. So that's what we were talking about, like if you're really good at like being a part of like a team like that, that might work for you to be involved with like a CNFT project. Or if you want to just make content and be funny, like you should
yeah,
stream or like do spaces, or like there's all kinds of like different avenues for people to like go down. And I think that
yeah,
it's important to like, yeah, definitely like play into what you're already good at and not try to like force something that you're not,
yeah.
because like it's not really going to end well. You're not going to be happy doing it. And yeah.
That's kind of like why you see most of mods as being kind of introverted, kind of to themselves. Is you can't go in there and say, "Dude, go fuck yourself. I'm fucking your mom,"
Yeah.
because that's very extroverted to say, and that's what I did because
Yeah,
it
and you're
got
kind of
some
like you're kind
giggles.
of like the face of like, you're like the first person everyone sees for the project when they join. So you always do have to
Dude,
keep like that demeanor of like civility and like being calm.
Meanwhile, the person I want to be is the fucking anti-hero. That's like kind of a douchebag, but then shit hits the fan and it's like, hey everybody, don't worry, we shall be fine. We
Yeah.
shall be fine. Bow down to me. Lick my toes like Dave. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we agree. I think that we've both like had like a good come up in 2022 as far as like growing like our own brand and like our own
Yeah.
like avenues of what we want to pursue like in the CNFT space. So I think that's been fun.
Ooh. Tyler, don't finish this topic yet. But what would you like to see in 2023 though?
As far as like out of myself or like in general or
Yeah.
like what? I
You've
think
you've got
that
to take care of yourself first.
so okay. So out of myself, I think that in 2023 I want to be better at um like being able to focus the same amount of like creativity across like all like basically like expand my reach a little bit. I think that podcasting is a little bit like talking in Twitter Spaces. It's basically the same. You just sit around with a bunch of people that like you don't even see, and you just talk about random shit. And I think that that's something I want to explore more. Really, is like getting into more spaces and kind of like networking that way. Since a lot of people are on Twitter, and I think that would be really fun and entertaining. And then also doing more like short videos for like TikTok and things like that. I really want to like. That's one of those things that like I'm a person who loves to have like a strict routine and a schedule, but like only to like the amount of stuff that I can fit. So I'm like I'm gonna sit at my desk from like 2 to 5, and like these are the most important things that I need to get done. And then like sometimes I just don't get shit done because like I just don't make the time for it like I should. So I definitely want to be better about kind of like I'm good at having a routine, but like fitting more shit into the routine that I have. That's definitely like kind of what I want to grow on and expand on.
Do you think that will come from like getting off of TikTok and shit? Well,
I don't think
or,
I see.
like,
See, the thing
like
is,
that.
I think that a lot of times being kind of like chronically online, like I am, like I'm always on like TikTok or Twitter or you know, Discord or anything like that. I think that's where I get a lot of like, what's the word? Like creative like ambition or like creative ideas. Like I see a lot of shit. I'm like, that's really funny. Like I wonder how I could take this like TikTok bit, like where they're doing something funny in this video, and like wrap it to be more about like the CNFT space, but also turn it into like our own topic and see how we can like play off of that. So while I would say like 75% of my TikTok usage is just a lot of nonsense bullshit, I do be finding some good like dinner recipes on there. I be finding some cool shit on there. So I don't really count it as like a waste of time, but it definitely could be like more effective with my time. And that does come from like just getting sidetracked. Like I'll be like working on a video for TikTok, and then someone will like DM me something on Discord, and I'm like, oh, what is this? And I'll like pull it up, and then I'll be like, oh, well, I'm already on Discord. Time to check 18 servers, and like click through, and then I just like lose like my like chain of thought.
Have you ever heard of a thing called a content diet?
Where like you only consume like certain content to be more like effective in like what you're doing.
Yeah, well, that is the dumbest shit ever. Because half of my feed is like people with 0 likes that are like gaming and say this boring thing, this boring thing, this boring thing, and then I'm like, holy shit, this got 1,000 likes, fucking 5,000 follows, and it's like I could do this, but then like 75% of it's like fucking girls in bikinis with big boobs, and it's like this is not what I need.
Yeah, but I'm also really conscious about being like online a lot, but also like I really like something that's like a really big pet peeve of mine is people that like willingly like make their life more challenging because they think it's like really cool. You know what I mean? They're like, every day I wake up at 5 a.m. I go to the gym for 17 hours and then I leave. But Viva also like takes time to like be on Twitter. He hosts, I think, he does Tag Team Crypto. He's always in like Whiskey Wednesday on a Monday. You know, he like hosts a lot of spaces, and he always takes time to like be around for the community. So I don't think that's like the same thing as like you know what's bad for you? You're always on your phone. You should read like a full book. Like I like to read books, but like not all the time. You know what I mean? And I think that at the end of the day, like life is really stressful, and there's like a lot of the parts of life that are hard. So like if you want to play video games for a couple hours to like just chill and relax, like then you should do that. Like there's nothing wrong with like doing that, but like making your life like incredibly difficult is like some sort of like discipline is like really weird to me, and I don't like that like at all. So I'm gonna watch 5 hours of TikToks a day, and I will do whatever, but I would just be better about using my productive time productively, I think, is what I'm trying to say. So that's the 2023 goal.
Dude, I don't believe in like having any other time, which sounds bad, but like I need to get away from TikTok and shit. Because your mindset sets like productive time, chill time. So if you are productive for 7 hours, you should get like 2 hours of chill time.
Yeah.
Kind of in my goal for 2023, it's like You've got productive time, you've got poop time, you've got sleep time. Let's fucking go. Like
Yeah.
that's when talking to Fettuccine, we talked about that. Where he's like, dude, I've got no time for TikTok, and I'm like, you son of a bitch. How do I become you? And it's like something you need to work for. So hopefully I can just get busy, making funny ass TikToks that none of y'all see because none of y'all follow me over on twitch.tv/stutterboyc.
But that's the thing too is that
But
like if you like you can have a TikTok blow up, which will like in turn blow up your Twitch. You know what I mean? Like they kind of like work hand in hand.
which will in return blow up Cardano NFTs, which will in return blow up the podcast.
Yeah,
And every
yeah,
other
it's like they all
podcast,
go in
and
tandem, and that's why I don't think
yeah,
like it's good to like kind of like I wouldn't like limit yourself and like the type of content you create. I think that like the more like avenues of content you can create, the better, right? Like because
dude, I'm gonna make it
everyone's on
OnlyFans.
everyone's on some app, dude. Like if you're not watching YouTube, you're watching TikToks. If you're not watching TikToks, you're watching Netflix. Like you're always doing something. Like so, I feel like
Dude.
if you can just spread it out, it'll be like way better.
Yeah, YouTube and definitely TikTok. If you could go back and change something you did in the last year, what would it be? Tyler? Getting married?
No, not that at all. Damn, this is a hard one. This is my topic, and I don't even know the answer to it.
Then let me go first.
Yeah.
There's been a girl. There's a girl out there. She exists, believe it or not. But we've had a very weird real relationship that these past 2 years. So for me, like I want to be there for her, but it's like if we're not gonna be something, I'm not gonna waste my time, and I don't see us being something. So I know she isn't watching this, but she's like, let's go on like trips and shit. Let's go to Austin. Let's go to Houston. And I'm like, first off, bitch, Houston sucks.
Houston is
sucks.
the best
But
city in Texas.
But second off, like this is something I'd love to do with a girl I love. Like this is something on my bucket list where maybe we might go to fucking in Nashville, then might go to San Francisco, then in New York City, like once every month. But the thing with that is like I'd like to do it with somebody I love and not waste more time chasing after a girl that will never be together.
Yeah.
So that ended this bitch being me, dude. I've got no time. I've got no time for
He's a busy
bitches.
man. He's
Dude,
a busy man.
Dude, I've got so much going on where I feel like, say I don't go live on Twitch for a single day, that's a waste of time. That is a potential viewer that I could have every day till the day I die.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I feel you.
No more ladies until I like find some.
Until he has 1 million ADA, no more ladies. You know what I mean?
Maybe by episode 525 then.
That's true. This is true.
But like I feel like I live a bachelor life, not because I want to, but it's because I'm waiting on that somebody.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a himbo, just fucking sleeping around, slinging my dick from girl to girl to girl.
Yeah.
Like I've never been like that. So I'd rather not be like that now. So
yeah,
maybe that. But if she sees it, you are amazing, and don't listen to anything I said. I'm talking about somebody else.
You. That's funny.
Did
What'd you say?
Dude, am I that boring? You're like, you going?
No, this is my first day back to work in like 2.5 weeks. So I'm like, I've been sitting here like,
Didn't
the whole day.
didn't some guest say that? Like,
What are you talking about?
oh, am I boring you? Because of my like sleep was all fucked up, and I'm like, oh. She's
Probably.
like, oh, am I that fucking boring? And I'm like, no, please.
He just never sleeps. He has a bad sleeping
bump our
schedule.
backs. Yeah,
Um,
but that's probably my big thing where I'm like, dude, I wasted so much time I could have been building myself up. Tyler, what's up with you, man?
I need an energy drink or something. I would say for me, I would have been more selective in putting my name out to work with certain projects that maybe I shouldn't have worked with.
Dude, like, can we talk about this? Like, the fresh mutant art wasn't anything good.
No,
But
it was pretty
like,
bad. It was pretty disappointing.
Talking to you back then, and you're like, dude, it's gonna pump. It's gonna be a big thing.
Yeah, I think that it was like because I'd only been in the space for like 4 months, 3 months, 4 months, and I think that I was like so overly ambitious that I was like, I'm gonna just mint stuff and I'm gonna be rich and like that. I think that whole experience, while I low key like wish I never like did it, I think it was very like humbling in a way because I was like, damn, bro, this shit is crazy out here, bro. Everyone was DMing me, telling me like I'm out here trying to rug people, and I was like, bro, I just work here. Like I don't know what you're talking about.
Y'all are making money over here, shit. Jeez.
Yeah. So I think that overall, I would have just been more conscious of like the decision of not only like what I was working, like what projects I was working with at the time, but just like more conscious of like how I spent my time in the space. I think that overall I had like this mindset of like I'm gonna come in here and make a bag, but I don't know. I think I should have been like more realistic with myself and like my ambitions, and I think I've over like the last year I think I've straightened it out. I had like my year anniversary on like my crypto Twitter yesterday, and then like a week before, like the last week of December was like my first NFT I bought like a year ago. So it's been like, I think over the last year I've kind of like adjusted my goals to where I got into this space to be like, I'm gonna pump my bags and be rich and famous. And then I think I like realized that the more I learned in the space, the more like, I really like love the community, and I love like what NFTs could be, like can be in the future, and like especially like crypto and Cardano, and I just kind of wish that I came into it like doing my research a little bit more and like knowing what I wanted to get into before I just like jumped in. But I think that's kind of like a you live and you learn type of place in life where it was just like I just dove in, spent money, lost money, and was like, well, maybe I should just like step back and reevaluate what I'm doing.
Do you have anything outside of Cardano that you are like that? This is something I learned this year.
Yeah, I guess like being more like realistic with myself and like my expectations of myself. I think that it's like really easy, especially in like a social media like crazed world. Like I think that I've talked about it on one of the pods, or even like in a crypto space. I don't know. It was either on a pod or a space, but I was talking about like you don't when you no, it was definitely a pod. But when you see like people's like Instagram posts or like their Snapchat videos, they're like in the club, popping bottles, having a good time. I think that like no one shows you like their worst days or like their hardest days online. You know what I mean? It's always like the time when you're doing something fun. So I think that it's always important to like kind of take a step back and adjust your expectations on yourself. Like because sometimes I'll be really hard on myself, especially like I should like work harder for work, and like I should make more money, and I should do like have more of this and more of that, and be more disciplined and do this and do that. But at the end of the day, I think that like we're all people and we all deserve like a break every now and then. And it's like I said, if you just go by what you see on TikTok and Instagram and things like that, you're always going to see people's vacations and like their best days, but you definitely never see anyone's worst days. So I think that it's always like good to adjust your expectations, and I think that that's something that I definitely like would take away. outside of the crypto
and
space is like just being being more
also,
kind to yourself, bro. Like Cash was saying when we
yeah.
had Cash on, he's like we're all people at the end of the day. Like be kind to everybody, be kind to yourself, because like that shit goes a long way. And I think just like you should be kind to other people, you should be kind to yourself, right? Like everyone deserves a break. You deserve a break. Like I think that's always important to remember.
There's a middle ground to be it's between that and like working hard, where if you are a lazy person, that's like, oh, it's okay, I deserve to be a lazy, then that's completely different than to know that you'll get better, but that you should aim to get better every day. So yes,
Well, I think it's
something
too.
along
To me, I think it's too like to. I think for our generation, especially because you and I are basically like the same age. I think it's like a very deceptive thing growing up. Like when we were kids, you're like, dude, I'm gonna be like 23, 24. I'm gonna go buy my own house, dude. I'm gonna have like a Range Rover parked outside. You know what I mean? Like life is gonna be fucking sweet when I'm done with high school and college, and like everything's gonna be lit. I'm gonna make hella money, but like life isn't like that. Like life is hard as fuck,
No.
and like you don't really get
Life
you don't
sucks.
really and you don't really get prepared for it. And I think that that's kind of like the hardest thing to grapple with, like in your young 20s, is like I did what I was supposed to do. Like I finished college or finished high school, like worked through college, went to college, whatever, got out of college, and then like I was like, well, why isn't it easy now? You know what I mean? Like now it's supposed to be easy,
Yeah.
but it's not. And I think that it's just like a
And it's because
misconception
you
have.
got married.
No, not even
Because
that.
you
It's
got
just
married.
like, bro. And then I get like, bro, I'm out here in my early 20s. I finished college, and I'm like, bro, now I'm in the middle of a pandemic. I was like, bro, what the fuck is this bullshit? Like, what the
Welcome to
fuck?
the real world. The biggest thing I learned in getting older is that no matter how much sleep you get, or
You're
how
always tired.
little sleep you get, you will always be fucking exhausted. Like I just downed a coconut Red Bull,
On ice.
and my bitch is like
No.
maybe that's it because Tyler's talking, but it's like,
But I want to
holy
low
shit,
key start
no
doing like
matter
those. You
what
see
do.
people do like the ice baths or whatever. It's supposed to like make you more like alert and awake. But that shit looks so sus, bro. Like jumping in a tub
So
full of water and
painful.
ice, bro. Like I get in the shower, and if the water's too cold, I'm like, holy fuck, this is awful. You know?
My whole body just shrivels and I look like a mummy.
But then I'll be like
Yeah.
scrolling through TikTok, and there's like dudes like in a bucket of water up to their neck, and it's like ice floating around, and they're like, this is awesome. This is so great. And I'm like, dude, I
Dude,
might
I
pass
love
out.
this. This is what you were talking about, where you're like, why would you put yourself through that pain?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but
it's
maybe-
because you need that pain for those massive gains.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
Dude,
it's all.
dude,
I think life is like a big live and you learn. Like it might be for you, it might not be.
Dude, I've
Who
seen
knows?
no gains in a long time, so maybe we try that.
Hey, the
you,
gains are coming.
Me, a couple bags of ice.
Let's get it.
You and I hop in.
Just a trash can filled with water, not even like a tub, just a
Yeah.
trash can. You stand in it.
you and I are like this, like. But,
You know, like the big ones that you roll out to the curb when it's trash day, like one of those. Like you flip
Yeah.
open the lid and you just
Yeah.
hop down in it. Yeah, we'll get in one of those. That'd be fucking
Deal.
hilarious, dude.
butt to butt.
Yeah, butt to butt. Yeah, back to back. Hole to hole, if you will.
Gross. Gross.
Anyway,
lead us in to
anyways,
the next topic, please.
Mitch,
For the love of God.
as a content creator, not just like doing a podcast, but specifically for you because you do like streaming and podcasts, as a content creator across all the platforms, what are you most proud of accomplishing this year or this past year in 2022? Like what were you most proud of in yourself?
With everything I've always done, I've based it around the community. So back before with the universe, because I wasn't a mod, but like I was basically the community manager back then. Dude, I was so proud of the community I built and the tenacity of them to just like chill out, vibe, like
Yeah.
hang out, and like there's a large portion of those people that I just kept on bringing back in, like, so weeping. Like, he was my main fucking Omi for the first, like, month, and then he disappeared, and then I, like, checked in on him a couple of times, and I kind of brought him back in, but that's just because, like, I was able to foster a community over there that I loved, but I also knew that community would never be mine. So then, like, going over to Twitch and with our podcast, it's much less because YouTube doesn't offer that type of conversation where you can talk to your viewers, and I like we do know a couple of viewers and all, but it's very one-sided where, like, maybe there's a couple of people that learn about Tyler or learn about me, but I've never learned about any of our viewers. But then you go over to Twitch and I can meet people and, like, see them on their best days, see them on their worst days, and then we talk about all of that, and the fact I've been able to like make a community where I actively get like 7 to 15 viewers every day. That's huge. That's fucking huge.
Huge, dude.
So it's like more so the whole community part that I do love.
Yeah.
That the fact I've got people in their 30s and people in their like early teens like talking together as they are equals is mind-blowing to me.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
probably that, but then, like, where do we go from here? Like, better content, like over on Twitch, over on YouTube, over on Pornhub, over on my OnlyFans.
Oh,
might even show my butt, but
geez, Shower Stream 2.0. There it is.
Shower Stream, I'm bringing it back, man.
One of the best memories of 2022, bro. Fire.
Dude.
Fine.
Were you there during that?
Yeah, it was me. It was me and Matt. Matt from Voyage. It was me and Matt and you, and then Matt. It was just me and you at first, and then Matt joined and was like, "What the fuck?"
Well, what the fuck is going on? This is before we like met. Like we knew of each other.
This is before we ever talked about like doing a podcast or anything.
Yeah. Good
times, the good old days. So, yeah, I think like building a community is like super cool, and I think that Twitch is like. It's like such a good platform for bridging like the content creation, but also like the communication aspect that like you don't get on any other platform. Like you don't get that on like Twitter, or you don't get that on like podcasts. Like you get that like pretty much only on like streaming, right? Like where you could actively make content while communicating with other people, which I think is like pretty dope.
Tyler. This might be bad, but I think I'm using the wrong mic.
That's okay. We can just keep going. At this point, it doesn't matter.
I mean, yes, but let's just check.
You're using the wrong mic. Starting off 2023. Starting off 2023 with a fucking banger.
We are professional, I fucking swear. Jesus
with Christ. A fucking banger. And then Mitch gets up, like, oh, I thought you were gonna go, like, use the bathroom or something. I'm like, this works only. This works only if there's 3 of us, dude. If it's just us, what am I supposed to do?
You and I just go use the bathroom. We've got like 2 minutes of nothing. But anyways, that means I don't need that in front of me.
In the frame. So. There you go.
Yeah. It's gone.
No, but I think
now we can get more intimate with our community.
We can talk with the hands, we can do the gestures.
Yeah. We can dance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
Baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
No, that's cool. I think that I don't really have multiple platforms, so I think that
But
is more of a geared question. I make some TikToks. Hey, bro, if y'all are listening to this and you don't follow us over on the Degen Report on TikTok, you really should. We got some funny clips over there. I'm going to start promoting it more as we revamp the socials. Y'all should come hang out.
Tyler,
some TikToks.
So as somebody that does a podcast, what are you the most proud of about the pod?
I'm just proud, like, low key, that we haven't broken, like, we haven't missed a week. I mean, granted, 3 of those weeks are thankful. I'm thankful for you not missing them, but
Yeah.
I think that it's been like, I mean, we've actually had a guest besides the very first episode, which was like our intro episode, and this episode, we've had a guest for every single episode. So shout out to us who are like complete morons when it comes to scheduling, and somehow we not only hosted a podcast every week, but also scheduled it with somebody to join us every week. Which was, I think that's an accomplishment for half the year, bro. Half the year we did that.
Yeah,
Pretty fucking sick.
There's like some fucking episodes where Tyler's like, dude, we have a guest, and I'm like, dude, I thought you were in charge of that. So
Yeah.
so then we get some fucking big name, like maybe 2 days before the podcast, and
Me and Mitch
we're
are
like,
both just sending
"This is
DMs.
perfect."
We're like, let's all DM everybody we can think
fuck.
of and see
Yeah.
who can hop on in 2 days.
With that, I feel like we began it like super hot, but then we've just been building and like getting more better people like we talked about
When
it
Charles
before,
Hoskinson
but-
on the pod, I'm thinking 2023 might be the year. Huh?
Oh, are you?
Maybe not this year.
See,
but
my goal by this year is to get like Calais Nation on, like James
Yeah.
and them.
or fucking
Because
Cardano
we've-
salad, that asshole. I've invited him on this pod so many times. He's a
Like
busy guy.
15
A busy guy.
We are not getting rid of that. Somebody clip that and send that to Salad, please.
No,
We
I'll clip
need
it.
more
I'll send it to him.
controversy. I need more attention, please.
No,
Please.
but I think that that's what I'm most proud of in 2022 as far as like the pod is concerned, is just like being able to consistently actually like keep up with it amongst like all the other shit that we had going on.
Yeah.
And like, so I think that was good. Even like CNFTCon, like the day you literally like, flew back from CNFTCon, and like the very next day we were recording an episode while Jub was
Yeah.
still at CNFTCon. Like, no matter like I was getting married, you were in CNFTCon. Like, we always made shit work. So I think that like that, I'm super proud of that. And in 2023, I'm excited to have like even more like fun guests and do a bunch of other bullshit. You know, wear more costumes and act like assholes, like we do.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do over here at the Degen Report.
This is the thing that we do better than any other podcast out there. Like even any other Twitter spaces. Like I love wild cards, but they are in and out a Cardano NFT podcast, and maybe they break away from that. But we should be called the Wild Degen Report, because boy do we get fucking wild, like talking about having sex in a public bathroom
Exactly.
and shit like that,
Or front flipping
like-
off of a motorized skateboard. I mean, we're talking just, the best
Yeah.
stories. You
Yeah.
get that only here.
But-
You don't get that everywhere. So that's the type of content that we're going to
you
keep
don't
making.
get that anywhere else, and like maybe we can do like more with that.
Yeah.
That'll be
Yeah.
fucking fun.
Well, and too, like, I mean, kind of building on like what I was saying, like I'm proud that we kind of stuck it out and actually had like a good week every week. I think that also like on top of that, it's like we never like buckled to like reverting back to like strictly making it about like Cardano or like anything that like we didn't really want it to be about. Like it's always been like what we wanted it to be, and I'm happy about that. So I think that's a big win.
Have we ever had a bad episode?
I don't think so. Like, I mean, maybe we're partial because we're the ones running them, but I always think they're funny. I think they're good.
Dude, every episode I watch back with a big bottle of lotion.
Jesus.
Y'all know.
I always watch them while I'm doing like dishes and stuff. I'll be like doing dishes, cleaning the house, and I'll just like put my headphones in, sit my phone like over on the couch somewhere, and I just like listen to myself talk all over again. And
That
it's awesome.
that is such a fucking ego thing. Like to do that. Like the furthest I go and to do that is with like Twitch clips and shit.
I will say I
Because
don't. It's
those are,
very
like,
rare that I
highlights.
listen to like. I will say it's very rare that I listen to like the full episode, but I will like listen to like bits and pieces of them like throughout like the day or
Yeah.
like while I'm doing stuff, or if like I'm trying to like.
Your ego is fucking huge, man. Holy shit.
Dude, you got to rewatch your content to see like how you can make it better. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
Dude, honestly,
that's how it is.
Like that's what I'm doing with Twitch, and I feel I've gotten more energy. I've like popped off better.
Yeah, you
because
just
of
gotta
that,
like
but-
see like how you can make like funnier clips, better like takes, like stuff like that. So, it is
Yeah.
what it is. But excited about it.
Yeah.
So, just like we just talked about the best parts of 2022 and what we were proud of, what was the worst part of 2022? What are you least proud of? Besides
Yeah.
having girl drama.
Dude, the girls are not an issue with me, and not so it's not like that song that's like I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. It's like more so, dude. I just don't care any more.
Yeah.
Like during
He's
during
cold-hearted.
most
We've turned him cold.
Bro, I'm numb to bitches these days. Fucking numb. They don't faze me. But the best part, like, was probably Twitch. Like, I've really fallen in love with that. So no matter what job I do, like ever, I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep on building there. So that's been the best part. The worst part, dude, honestly, were there any bad parts?
I don't
Like,
think there's been anything
may-
bad, like low-key.
Maybe Cardano, like the whole bull bear market, but like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
other...
I would agree.
Wait, wasn't 2022 a whole bear market though?
Yeah, it's been going down since like September of 21 or October 21, something like that. We all-time high in like the fall of 21. Yeah, so it's been downhill the whole rest of the way.
Yeah.
I've only
Let's
known
go.
Cardano in a bear market. I've never known it in a bull market. So it's time to stack them bags.
That part's kind of shitty and all, but like, am I okay with it? Hell yes, I am.
I have pictures of monkeys, dude. Like, why would I not be okay with it?
Dude,
You know what I mean?
dude, look at that monkey. He's so funny though. See?
Yeah, and look at all those
Oh!
powdery donuts.
Dude, they're pretty fucking bald. They're gonna look like Tyler soon.
That's true. These are facts.
But with that, something I'm also happy about now is I've like fallen in love with like pieces of art, where before I like never cared, but like now I'll go to a museum and be like, God damn, this is sick, dude! I'd buy this for fucking 5,000 Cardano. But
Yeah.
Then you look it up and like the person bought it for $10 million and it's like,
That dude, that's
maybe
like
not
fucking.
that though.
That's so much Cardano. $10 million. Dude, that's like 40 what? Cardano's 25 cents. So
$40
it's,
million?
yeah, 40 million. 4 times 10. Yeah, 4. Whoa, bro! I think I just
40
broke my chair,
million.
dead ass, bro. This shit like leaned back way too far.
Dude, would you like a new one? I've got a shitty chair now.
Dude, is it broken? Did I just break my chair on the pod?
This is fucking chaotic, man.
Dude, there's a bolt sitting on the floor, dude. No bullshit. You seen it here first, guys? There's a.
Show us
Bro,
that.
look at the size of this thing, dude. This thing is a
Dude.
big old bolt. It just
Dude,
fell out the
your-
bottom of my chair.
Your chair's about to implode.
It might,
Implode
dude.
and
It is
explode.
what it is. I got it from Costco for $100 like a year ago. So if it breaks, like,
Maybe it's time to lose some weight.
maybe it's because I sit here like this
Part
all
of
day.
the New Year resolution is to drop 50 pounds, man.
Drop 50 Cardano, which is 15 pounds.
Yeah.
Not even 12.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall 2022 was a great year. I don't think it was bad at all. The market sucks.
You got married. You got married.
Yeah. So it's been
What?
like I can't say it was bad.
What's the hardest part about like getting married?
Just the planning, like the shit that goes into it is no joke. Like
And
even
now,
what do you mean?
now that you are married, like, what's the hardest part about that?
I don't really know like the answer to that question. I think it's different like if you don't like already like live with that person and all of those things beforehand, but like I already like lived with my wife and we have a house and
Yeah.
like all those things, so I don't think it like really changed a whole lot. So I think that like any like whatever is like hard about like living with and being with the person already is just the same thing. It's just now you're married.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's the way like I see it anyway.
Yeah.
Mitch, what's the hardest part like now that you live with your parents? What's the hardest part about living with your
Dude,
mom and dad?
the fact is you get comfortable, which it's never good to get comfortable. And my parents are like trying to kick me out, and I'm like, no, please, I'm gonna be homeless.
Like, I'm just trying to be famous. I'm gonna be a streamer, please.
Yeah, first off, I'm going to be a streamer, dude. I'm funnier than like 95% of these people live on Twitch.tv right now. It's just about finding my niche and making content who going from there. Then getting lucky. But I mean, I'm the luckiest person I know. So
yeah,
so
you did find the thing for dead rabbits. So I mean, like your luck's pretty up there.
That I know a Jonas brother. Dude,
You're good looking.
Dude, I'm built.
These are all wins.
Bro,
Don't pump the ego. Don't
blush.
pump the ego.
My ego's through the roof. I am a god.
Everyone wants to pump ego. I mean, pump bags. Stutter's just trying to pump egos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is why I do everything. But like living with my parents is fun and all, because it's like soon they'll die because they
Holy
are getting
cow.
older. So it's like partly.
That one came out of left field, huh?
Yeah, but isn't it accurate? Like you are not always going to have this opportunity.
Yeah, I think
Where
that's true.
Now I am, so I might as well use and abuse that. But
Yeah, I think that's definitely true.
what else with parents? Like doing dishes and shit. Like I'll pick y'all up. Like I just push everything into the fucking corner.
Nice.
Doing a laundry, dude. I'm not ready to do a laundry. I haven't done laundry in like 3 months.
Jesus.
Like I'm just picking out all the least dirty clothes and being like, this'll do.
Yeah, it'll have to. It'll work out that way.
Yeah.
But
So.
I think overall we have the same sentiment. 2022 has been a great year. 2023 going to be even more fun year. More funner.
Yeah.
So
much funner and much funnier.
Much funnier. Exactly.
So we should end it there.
Yeah. I think we've wrapped up our 2022 recap, all of the best and worst and awkwardest and weirdest moments. And then we're hoping that 2023 is even fucking weirder. I hope shit gets fucking crazy.
So whether Cardano goes to $50 or
5 cents.
0.50 cents,
Yeah.
then we'll just keep chilling over there.
That's right. These are facts.
These are facts. And anyways, if you guys made it this far, go down below. Tell us your favorite moment from the first 22 episodes of the Degen Report It. Well, we are about to begin our second chapter into being a podcast, man.
Exactly. And like Mitch said, appreciate everybody. Definitely, sub down below if you liked the episode on YouTube. Watch us or listen to us on Spotify. Check us out on the TikToks, on Twitter, everywhere you can find us, the Degen Report, baby. And
Yep.
look forward to a revamping sometime this week of all of the socials. Excited.
Yeah, let's do it. Post uploading it.
Perfect. Sounds
Perfect.
good.
Well, anyways, like Tyler said, make sure you sub and make sure you like the episode. And this is the last time. Never mind. I was gonna say that this is the last time in 2022, but this is the first time in 2023 that we shall be saying we will see you next time on the Degen Report.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys. So fucking awkward.